I've been slacking off on this SCX30 craze. I don't know why. I've got a whole mountain blocks course to drive these trucks on, but I think it's time to get started. And this is the very first thing I'm going to install in my Bronco here. This, guys, is from Furitek, and I'm sure you know where this is going right now. I have their Nano Unity with the radio system and receiver, a all-in-one solution of swapping out the stock electronics with the exception of the battery and servo. But this system looks pretty cool, guys. Let's get it out of the box here. So they give you the GRIPOR V2 radio system. I believe this is a Dumbo RC rebadged, or whoever the OEM manufacturer is. Nonetheless, cool little radio system, like the carbon fiber grip on there, a plastic steering wheel. At least there's plenty of trims underneath this little lid. Trim dials, there's your on-off button. You're gonna have to throw some AAA batteries in there, and it's got a channel 3 and 4 button. If you ever, I don't know, find something to throw in there. But here's the real gem, guys. We've got the Nano Unity, and I went for the torque version. So I believe this is the one's kind of like a prototype because it's just got a T on it, and the images on their website show torque written out and speed written out. So obviously there's two different versions of this motor and speed controller combo. Look how small that thing is. Nano Unity, 11-tooth pinion gear on it, and this is going to give you just plenty of space saving inside the rig. Your speed controller is integrated in with the motor, and this one allows you to run a 2 to 3S battery pack. I don't know any of the other specs really beyond the BEC voltage, which is apparently 5.5 volts to 3 amps. And if you're rocking like a big reef servo in there that has the potential of going up to like 8.4 volts, I think, it's going to be lacking there to give it that power. But for the stock speed controller, I'm guessing it's going to work just fine. It's got their little Bluetooth dongle on it. That's going to allow you to use the Furitek app. And then there's your battery plug. And, no motor wires or anything like that, really. Just the wire, the signal wire that comes down to the receiver. And it's already fitted with some plugs. I don't know if I need all these plugs in it. I think that one's just going to plug in for the servo, and maybe, these are probably for the LED lights. But yeah, really cool, small system. Really excited to get this thing installed and see how it works. I still have a completely stock Jeep, so I'll do a little side-by-side comparison. Now let's drop this in. Start things off, I'm gonna take off the gear cover here, and I just got my little tool set that I got from FMS a while ago, and there's just a couple screws, like 5 screws on the outside here. You have to go and remove, and there we go. I actually removed the battery tray too, because you don't want to go in with an angle on your screwdriver that'll wreck the heads of the screw. Now you have access to the motor screws here. We'll just take those out. As you can see, the motor just comes right out, and I'm just going to get rid of the whole entire ESC receiver combo over here. Unplug the servo and the LED lights, and it should sort of come out. Oh, it's kind of clipped in behind here. I'm gonna get all these wires off of there. Kind of neat that they tuck everything in like that. And there we go. Oh, almost. One more piece. There we go. So there, whole system out. And I can't find the stock side plate, so I'm gonna go put this Hobby Details aluminum plate on the side here. There's the aluminum plate, and now we'll just go and slide the motor in. And screw it back in place, basically. Okay, so I got the motor in, and it actually didn't fit the first time I put it in. It was on an angle. So what I did here was I took my X-Acto knife and I just carved away at the chassis a little bit right here. There's a little flange that was basically just tilting the motor up and causing the gear mesh over here to bind up. And once I just shaved that away, everything seems to be fine now. So I'm gonna throw the gear cover back on, and then I'm gonna go mount up the receiver back here. There it is, the Unity install, looking pretty awesome, nice, small, compact. Just used some two-sided tape to stick down the receiver, and actually stuck the servo plug next to it using some two-sided tape. But yeah, really cool, pretty quick to install. I'd say about 10-15 minutes if you've got the right tools. Having the proper Phillips head screwdriver is key, so you don't strip out those screw heads. But time to see how this thing performs. The radio seems to be set up pretty good. Full steering from what I could tell. I don't know if you could adjust the endpoints on this, but I do have the dual rate turned up all the way, and it was centered, so we're good to go. Let's go drive it. Okay, we'll start here on the mountain blocks course, and I'm just gonna give it a light touch of the throttle just so you could see how slow and smooth this thing crawls. Remember, this is a completely stock SCX30, other than the Furitek swap. Guys, that's like buttery smooth. And a nice smooth forward progression too. Look at that. It's hitting that bump, not slowing down, not bucking. That's pretty awesome. All right, I'm into that. Very cool. I'll give it a little throttle now. Just running the stock 2S battery pack. Now we'll do a nice smooth incline. A little bit more throttle. I mean, I could back it down probably a little bit more, but I want some momentum up this hill. Since we're on stock tires. And it's gonna roll, I know, so I'm gonna back it back down. Pretty smooth on that transition too. Yeah, looking good, guys. Add some power to it. A little whiny. So I wonder if that gear mesh is a little tight in there. So now let's back it up with a completely stock SCX30. You could already hear the speed controller. I'm rolling on the throttle, and I'm probably at 8th throttle right now, and it's finally starting to go. Had to give it a little blip to push it. Look at that, stalled out already. You know, you really don't notice it until you go back to back with a brushless system, like the Furitek. But yeah, you got to modulate the throttle just to make sure you're getting that forward movement. Okay, well now we'll do the same incline. I'm rolling on the throttle already. Look at this. Finally starting to get a little bit of motion. Yeah, definitely have to roll into the throttle more with this. Nice linear throttle with the Furitek system. And I mean, it was just a smooth uphill climb with the Furitek. I mean, the tires are different on this one, but that doesn't make a difference. You know, we would see the wheels spinning. Yeah, I guess it's about the same as far as the noise from the driveline. I'll go downhill. But you can barely hear it right now. Look how slow and smooth that is. Add some more throttle to it. Whoa. It just counter steer to just drop it back down. Lots of control, lots of throttle control out of it. Yeah, so, I mean, this thing's 120 bucks. Let me just switch back to the SCX30 here. Furitek system, 120 bucks. And you get the radio, receiver, and then the 2-in-1. That's a pretty good upgrade, guys. And with the torque motor, again, they've got a torque and a speed, you can run a 3S pack. So you get a little bit more flexibility there. Just wish they had some more power in the BEC. But for a plug-and-play system, makes it pretty easy. And it's priced fairly well for that ease of use. And the performance is awesome. And I haven't even adjusted anything on the FuriKar app yet. So, I mean, you could dial it in a little bit more, but I mean, look at this. This is just drop it in right out of the box. And you got some serious control. Into it, guys. Like it. I'm going to have some more SCX30 stuff coming up pretty soon. So make sure you follow, and I'll have links for this in the video description below.